A very good evening, viewers of NDTV. Ayodhya is celebrating its first Deepotsav post the consecration of Ram Temple. This year's celebration is bigger and more environment-friendly. The 8th edition of celebrations saw a world record with 28 Lakh Diyas along the Sarayu river. The decorations at the Ram Temple has been special as well. In fact, there have been multiple decorations at the entrance in order to ensure that it actually signifies what Ayodhya stands up for. And as a global spectacle is being created in Ayodhya, remember the preparations began several weeks ago. Over 30,000 volunteers were mobilized who arranged diyas across 55 ghats along the Sarayu river. More than 2,000 supervisors, coordinators and ghat managers were overseeing this effort. Let's bring in the guests as we continue to play those visuals. Spectacular visuals coming in from Ayodhya. Shantanu Gupta is the author of Monk, who became Chief Minister, and Badri Narayan is political analyst. Shantanu, you know, you and I were there when the consecration ceremony was happening in Ayodhya, and the entire atmosphere was euphoric, and something that we are witnessing, of course, from a distance today is something that was expected, because this is a very special Diwali.
I think you're right, Maria, and in fact, Badriji was with us, I remember.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
That was an amazing day. I still remember and keep telling a lot of people, you, me, Amish, and a lot of us were watching that in the NDTV, that makeshift tent. And when the Ram Lala's Murti was shown to all of us on the screen, right, we were like, oh my God, we are watching it. This is happening in our lifetime. We all must have done hundreds and hundreds of shows on the Ram Mandir case and different attributes attached to the case. And we were watching it live. And this is the first Diwali which is happening when Ram Temple is there, right? I think very few moments in life when you think that, okay, you are testimony to this and you are part of this, you are present there in body and skin. So I know it's a really big moment. And the Ayodhya, which was kind of God-forsaken, this was, okay, oh, don't go to Ayodhya before 2017, there'll be some curfew, oh, High Court hearing is today. And today, that Ayodhya is making Guinness Book of World Record year after year. And that's how governments can change the fate of a city, fate of a state, and fate of a nation. Yeah, yes. So it's a really momentous moment.
Yes, absolutely. It's very special today, Badri Narayan. Of course, you were also there during those days when we were covering the consecration ceremony from Ground Zero. But the largest messaging which is attached to Deepotsav when it began 8 years ago. Of course, today is the 8th anniversary of that Deepotsav. But Yogi Adityanath has made it almost like his personal affair, ensuring the scale and the grandeur year after year.
Maria, see, this is the invention of Ayodhya, reinvention of Ayodhya. Ayodhya is mentioned in our Valmiki Ramayana, which is a city of the deep, where lakhs of deep used to twinkle. So that it's a one-way reinvention of Ayodhya in modern time. And you know, this is I used to say that this neoliberal time, the time of religious tourism. It's a time of tourism, and in India we have reinvented it as a religious tourism. In the West, it is a castle tourism, it is historical tourism. Here it is a religious tourism. And you know, Ayodhya is deriving day by day. The numbers are increasing of the visitors here. If you do any study that after the inauguration of the Ram Mandir, how much every day the turnout of the visitors, how it's increasing, and so it's tremendous. So in one way, it's not only giving the message. With message, it's also creating content. And content is what the content is that Ayodhya is emerging as a big mega religious tourist centers in Uttar Pradesh, and that will give hike of the religious economy of Uttar Pradesh also. So for the economic development of Uttar Pradesh, it is very important. Social development also, because it's going to be affect the entire area. So in that way, Ayodhya has a much meaning, and you know the masses, you know any memory, any religious tourism. If you add with the moments, and this deep is a moment. then it become more and more influential. It's attractive. So Deepotsav is one of the events and the moment. And Yogi Adityanath and the people are involved in that may have planned so many events like that around Ayodhya. And Ayodhya is deriving, we have heard that the many religious centers of other states, people are coming more and more here and they are not going there also. So it's in one way, it's emerging as an epicenter of religious tourism in India.
Yes, absolutely. And religious tourism that we are seeing happen in multiple temple towns across the country, be it Varanasi or even the Mahakal temple in Ujjain, seeing the footfalls increase. So that's a new form of economy which is emerging. But just look at those visuals come in from there, Shantanu. When was the last time you visited Ayodhya?
I think that was the last time. In between, I was going to Gorakhpur to meet Honorable Chief Minister once, so I dropped in for a short while. But you're right, just see those visual, and I'm going Ayodhya 2-3 times a year from last 10 years. And before 2017, as I keep telling, those lanes, those by-lanes, it was a god-forsaken town and also kind of a dreaded town. कि यहाँ तो दंगा हो जाएगा, यहाँ तो अभी High Court का verdict आने वाला है. Now just see that how it turned on its top. And as Badriji was saying, see, there are 100+ towns which run on religious economy. Tirupati itself is 1,000-1,500 crore rupees economy. Sridi is a big economy. Mumbai, multiple temples is a big economy. And because of an artificial case, Ayodhya was taken away from that economy. Not only Ayodhya, Eastern UP, multiple other centers, Buddhist centers are getting flourished now, right? You know, these diyas, they're 28 lakhs almost, right? There is a separate Mati board which has been constructed. And multiple Kumars, multiple potters are getting revenue out of that. All your Chota Dharmshala, big hotels are taking land there. All your pujaris are earning money. All the people who run religious samagris like this, they are earning money. It's like a whole new economy that's coming up in Ayodhya, which Ayodhya was artificially stopped. For Ayodhya, it was artificially stopped. And as you rightly said, Maria, the same is happening in Banaras, where the tourism is becoming 10 times, and Ujjain, multiple other religious places. So in last 10 years, the way the religious economy, the religious tourism economy is unfurled, that's also unprecedented and should be noted clearly. Yeah.
Okay, so Badri Narayan, let's talk about the legacy of Yogi Adityanath also, because, this is the 8th year we are seeing this spectacle. And, Yogi Adityanath arrived, he did puja in Ayodhya. It's a special one for him as well. He's in the middle of an elections. The bypolls are very critical for him, just as it is for all other players as well. But, for him to make it almost like a personal movement of sorts in ensuring cleanup of the city, in ensuring that the ghats are refurbished and taken the form that it has.
Yeah, Maria, actually, any chief minister of BJP would have very much, would have given much concentration on Ayodhya, because Ayodhya is central of their politics. But what is new with the Yogi Adityanath? Because Yogi Adityanath is not only a statesman, he is also a religious saint. And he understands the meaning of the religious space. And since he is very much involved in entire ritual practices of the Hindu religion and Guru Nanak, etc., so he understands how to make the religious space more and more vibrant. And that's why this Deepotsav, the concept of Deepotsav with Ram, because Ram memory is very much linked with the Deepotsav. Ram returned to Ayodhya is linked with the Deepotsav. Ram birth is linked with the daily happiness in Ayodhya has been described as Deepotsav. So Yogi Adityanath picked up this metaphor of Deepotsav from our Ramayanic narrative and reinvented it, made it as a moment, made it as a celebration. And constantly he is doing that. He is leading that kind of event of the Deepotsav. So Deepotsav is a metaphor of Ramayanic memory in Ayodhya, and Yogi Adityanath has invented it, reinvented it, and made it like it's not a old kind of Deepotsav kind of thing. It's a very new. You must have seen the vibrancy. It attracts young girls, it attracts common people. So it's a different kind of Deepotsav. So that's why I'm saying reinvention of tradition, which is very much an interesting concept by one of the anthropologists, Transranger. So it is an reinvention of tradition.
Okay, so when you say reinvention of tradition, how has the first Deepavali been mentioned in the books when Lord Ram returned to Ayodhya?
I think, see, in Valmiki Ramayana, etc., Ramayanic narrative, the mention of Deepotsav, Ayodhya is the city of the Deepotsav. And the Killa is Ram Killa, the Killa is full of deep. Here you can see the deep are not on the Killa because there is no Killa, there is a temple. Deep are portrayed and put on the horizontal, not vertical. It's horizontal. So horizontal means including lot of public spaces, means public. So here the because earlier we had the Raja, and Raja was the Raja of the public. Now we have a democratic state and democratic society. So deep for everyone and deep is everywhere. That's the metaphor. And that's why you have seen that in all the ghats of Sarayu, there are a lot of diyas, and there are various public spaces. They are also evolving where they can put diyas. So diya is not only diya for a space, but diya is creating its space also, new space. They are evolving for the diya. So diya is a one-way public moment or public metaphor, and it is also creating various public spaces which may attract people as much as possible towards it.
Yes. So, Shantanu, as someone who understands the UP Chief Minister, because you have written books on him, when he made this like in an event where it would be about Guinness Book of World Records will be broken here, why do you think he made that quest year after year, increasing the number of diyas that are being lit?
I think, yeah, in fact, I had conversations with him around this in 2017, 18, 19, till the time verdict came, right? Three Deepotsav happened before the verdict. In fact, the first Deepotsav started with only 1 lakh diyas. In 8th year, it's almost 28 times and 28 lakh diyas. And his point was, let me make the Ayodhya worthy of Sri Ram to come back. He doesn't want to come in and dilapidate Ayodhya. And as I keep telling, Ayodhya was a very tiny town. Roads were narrow. There was not anything grand apart from Hanuman Gadi temple. People never visited. Local people visited. Shraddhalus visited, but not a tourist place. There was no airport. Trains were not stopping there. There were hardly any big hotels, dharmshalas. Now, I'm sure we all were there, it's a very different city. So in Kali Yuga, he brought the Treta ki Ayodhya, and as Badriji was telling, if you read Valmiki Ramayana or Ramcharitmanas, the description of Rama coming back is amazing. That how people are all looking for what clothes they will wear. And those days, everything was through flower based. Which kind of flower they're choosing, they're consecrating the roads, putting choicest of the flower, they're waiting what they will feed to the Rama if the Rama comes on their way. It's a beautiful narration. And particularly about Yogi Adityanath, it must be a very emotional moment, because from his Dada Guru, from his Parampara, Ram Mandir is very, very important. And for his sannyas, Ram Mandir is very important. So in 1949, when the Ram Murtis appeared there, it was led by the movement, the whole Kirtan was led by his Dada Guru, Mahant Digvijayanath. And when Ashok Singhal started, VHP started the movement of Ram Mandir, all the 5 Ram Mandir committees were led by Mahant Digvijayanath, his guru, his immediate guru. And now when the temple was there and the inauguration was happening by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Yogi Adityanath was there. So that's why for him is a momentous moment. And also one more point, Mahant Digvijayanath, when he was on an all India drive to educate people about Ram Mandir movement, he meets Yogi Adityanath 800 kilometers from Gorakhpur in Kordwar, where he was a ABVP Karyakarta and organizes this event, right? So it's not a Sanyog, I call it. It's a Deva Yog that a sadhu meets a boy in 800 kilometers away. And now the temple is, and also one more coincidence, that when the Narendra Modi, who managed the yatra of Lal Krishna Advani, he was also there. So I think I don't call these coincidence that these two people were present during the temple consecration, and they are the Prime Minister and Chief Minister of the state and the country at this moment when this happened last year.
In fact,
and the first year following.
Shantanu and Badri Narayan, thank you so much for joining us. We are cutting across to Ayodhya, where UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is addressing the gathering.
सनातन धर्मावलंबी इसका आनंद ले रहे हैं, उन सबको भी मैं इस अवसर पर हृदय से बधाई देता हूं, अपनी शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। सनातन धर्म दुनिया का सबसे प्राचीनतम मानवता का धर्म है। जियो और जीने दो की प्रेरणा देने वाला धर्म है। सबके कल्याण का मार्ग प्रशस्त करने वाला धर्म है और सबके कल्याण का मार्ग प्रशस्त करने वाले इस शाश्वत व्यवस्था पर जब कोई प्रहार करेगा तो स्वाभाविक रूप से स्वयं के विनाश को ही आमंत्रित करेगा। वे ताकतें जो आज भारत को कमजोर करना चाहती हैं, वे समाज को बांटने का काम उसी रूप में कर रहे हैं जैसे कभी त्रेता युग में रावण और उसके अनुयायी कर रहे थे। बहनों और भाइयों, नाम का अंतर है। काम उस समय भी उनका बांटने का था, आज के वे लोग भी उसी रूप में कोई जाति के नाम पर, कोई क्षेत्र के नाम पर, कोई भाषा के नाम पर, कोई परिवार के नाम पर समाज को बांटने का जो कुत्सित प्रयास हो रहा है, इसके माध्यम से राष्ट्रीय एकता और अखंडता को चुनौती दी जा रही है। ये दीपोत्सव हम सबको एक नई प्रेरणा देने का एक अवसर है। याद रखना, हम सबको इस बारे में स्मरण रखना होगा, उस कालखंड में भी त्रेता युग में मारीच भी जानता था कि सोने का मृग बनकर के मेरी क्या दुर्गति होने वाली है। उस समय इंद्रजीत और कुंभकर्ण भी जानता था कि श्री राम से दुश्मनी की क्या कीमत चुकानी पड़ेगी, और स्वयं रावण भी जानता था कि राम स्वयं जगत नियंता, स्वयं श्री हरि विष्णु के ही अवतार हैं। राम से दुश्मनी जगत जननी मां भगवती जानकी का अपहरण की कीमत उसे किस रूप में चुकानी पड़ेगी। लेकिन जाके प्रभु दारुण दुख दीना, ताके मति पहले हर लीना, और यही त्रेता में हुआ था। रावण हो, कुंभकर्ण हो, मेघनाथ हो, मारीच हो, खरदूषण हो, ताड़का हो, ये सब एक जैसी गति को इसलिए प्राप्त हुए क्योंकि इनका पक्ष धर्म का था, असत्य का था, अन्याय का था, अत्याचार का था, शोषण का था। और आज भी राजनीति के लिए सेम बने हुए कुछ लोगों के पितरों को राजनीति के नाम पर चाचा और काकाओं की इस जमात को भी मालूम है कि देश और समाज के लिए उनके जो कृत्य हैं वह कहीं भी किसी के लिए, न वर्तमान पीढ़ी के लिए न भविष्य की पीढ़ी के लिए ही उचित होंगे, अच्छे होंगे, लेकिन उनकी दुर्गति होनी है। इसलिए वे लोग भी आज फिर वही कार्य कर रहे हैं, बांटने का काम, आपस में विभाजन करने का काम, ऐसे ही लोगों को प्रश्रय देने का काम कर रहे हैं जो कार्य कभी रावण ने किया था, जो कार्य कभी दुर्योधन और दुशासन ने करने का किया था, और उसके परिणाम क्या हुए थे, यह हर कोई परिणाम के बारे में जानकारी रखता है। ये दीपोत्सव का एक कार्यक्रम जहां हमको दीप से दीप जलाने की, सामाजिक और राष्ट्रीय एकता को संबल प्रदान करने की नई प्रेरणा प्रदान कर रहा है, वहीं साथ ही साथ सामाजिक एकता के माध्यम से राष्ट्रीय एकता को संबल प्रदान करने के लिए भी एक नई प्रेरणा प्रदान कर रहा है। रामायण का यह दृश्य प्रभु श्री राम का अयोध्या आगमन के उत्सव के रूप में दीपोत्सव का यह आयोजन इसी श्रृंखला का हिस्सा है। और मुझे तो अत्यंत आनंद की अनुभूति हो रही है कि दीपोत्सव का 8वां कार्यक्रम इस दौरान दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी महामारी कोरोना का सामना भी हमने किया, लेकिन अयोध्या में दीपोत्सव का क्रम कभी थमा नहीं है, कभी नहीं थमा है। कोरोना कालखंड में भी यहां पर एक नए रिकॉर्ड बनते गए और मैं मानता हूं आज फिर दीपोत्सव का एक कार्यक्रम मां सरयू की आरती के कार्यक्रम ने भी कुछ नए रिकॉर्ड बनाए होंगे। कुछ ही देर में उसकी घोषणा भी होगी, लेकिन हमें इस बात को याद रखना होगा, इस शाश्वत क्रम इसी प्रकार से चलता रहे, यह अयोध्या वासियों की जिम्मेदारी बनती है। प्रभु राम का आगमन आपके लिए अद्भुत घटना है, अलौकिक घटना है। अयोध्या धाम को दुनिया के मानचित्र पर प्रस्तुत करता है। अयोध्या के माध्यम से दुनिया को एक नई प्रेरणा प्रदान करता है। यह दीप केवल अंधकार को ही, अमावस्या के अंधकार को ही दूर नहीं करने वाला है, अज्ञानता के अंधकार को ही दूर नहीं करने वाला है, समाज के दुश्मनों को भी एक नया जवाब देने का माध्यम है। वे आज रूप अलग अलग हो सकते हैं, नाम अलग अलग हो सकते हैं, लेकिन वे जिस भी रूप में होंगे उनके लिए एक चेतावनी भी होनी चाहिए।